Hi everyone, it's Rax. A couple of days ago I put together a necro to try to do 150s and we were finally successful today. This clear is maybe going to blow your mind the way that it blew mine because I could not believe that I cleared this rift, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So, we zone into a big bogan festering, and really quickly let me mention this is a Death Nova build. I don't have this build guide on YouTube, but I will make it. I'll probably make it tomorrow or Monday, so if you want to play this build, if you like what you're seeing, I'll show you exactly how to put it together. Anyway, we're on a big bogan festering. This is pretty ideal. There's a ton of little boggets that we can kill. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gather them all together and blow them up to trigger the seasonal buff, and then I'm going to reset my stacks. Now, if you were playing an ideal Necromancer, you would be wearing the homing pad shoulders, which are going to let you teleport to town to reset your stacks, but I could not find a good pair of them. So I opt for my other famous strategy of just dying to reset my stacks. So you're going to see that here in a moment. So I gather everything up and I DPS on the poison cycle, and you can see even in 150s how easily I was able to kill those monsters. This build is incredible, and I'm excited to show you guys exactly how to do it. So I'm trying to reset stacks the normal way, trying to port to town. The monsters have no interest in letting me do that. Okay, maybe I'll try over here. Okay, this is not working. Alright, going for plan B, I'm just going to let them kill me. So, I Death Nova, try to kill myself, I stand on the Arcane Beam, kill me, kill me, kill me. Finally back to 0 stacks. Again, if you were playing hardcore, or if you had more time to make your necro other than me trying to make it in a single day, you would just have those shoulders and we would make it very easy. So we head on down here, we're just trying to gather everything together, and we're going to do it again. We're just going to blow everything up. Let me tell you a little bit about the build. We have Blood Rush to move around. We have the Frailty Curse with Early Grave to kill monsters at a pretty high HP. I believe it's 18% to have them instantly die. We have the Curse Scythe to apply curses and also to get our essence back. We have Bone Armor to help us stay alive and also to proc Chrisman Sentence during the poison cycle. And then the Death Nova does all of our damage, and our Golem helps us stay alive and helps us group everything. So we got a nice little pack here. I wait for the poison cycle. I Blood Rush to proc Potency. I proc my Bone Armor to activate my Chrisman Sentence, and then I Death Nova during poison to blow everything up. That was a very quick explanation, but we'll do it again several more times, and it will make sense when I make the build guide for you. So we're moving forward here, and we're about to get to tornadoes. We're at 88 stacks, and these narrow hallways are actually quite good for the tornadoes, so I'm perfectly happy to spawn them somewhere here. But I have to continuously use my golem to move everything forward. So I find another elite pack. This is pretty good. Now, one very important thing you're going to see here is when I proc the tornadoes, do you see that yellow bogan at the top of the screen? Whenever the tornadoes reach 150 kills, they are going to proc the geysers. I want to make sure that they spawn right on the bogan, so I'm going to go give him a hug to make sure that he dies. So, here comes poison. I proc my Bone Armor, I attack, the tornadoes are up, and I walk over and I give the bogan a hug, and there are the geysers, and there he goes. No problem there. Now we have all the elites down, and let's move forward. So at 200 kills, we're going to have the treasure chests, and I would prefer not to get them yet until I can pull the rest of the map. We have a worthless speed pylon there. It's just going to DR all the mobs and make it impossible for me to group them, so I don't even bother taking it. I want to pull the rest of this map, and I want to blow it up. Now, something very bad is going to happen here, and I should have managed this a little bit better. But you're going to notice after we do this hit that pretty much the worst case scenario is going to happen. We are going to go all the way up to 305 kills or something like that. The 200 bonus in solo is extremely powerful, as you're going to see. It's going to kill everything. But unlike in the group settings, the fireballs are super, super strong in solo as well. So I'm going to pull just a few too many monsters and waste the fireballs. And we are going to have a terrible stack to progress ratio. And I was not happy about it at all. And I was 99% sure the rift was over. You're going to see there is not much hope here. So we easily get the treasure chest to proc. And we are at 305 kills, 307 kills. And that's not an ideal situation. So we have essentially 45% of the rift to go. We got no conduit pylon. This follow-up is terrible. And we have to kill it with the angels. My Necro has no chance to kill a 150 guardian. It's the angels or nothing. So I somehow have to finish the rift with no seasonal buff to help me other than the meteor showers and get 191 kills without a pylon's help. And with this terrible map, I'm about ready to leave this rift. I'm pretty sure this is over. I take the time to move something right by the door to guarantee that I can keep my stacks. So I zone next, and it's a Spire, so this is possible, but I see that it's Dark Berserkers, and this is a terrible mob type. They're very tanky, they're very hard for me to kill. On this particular layout, it's going to be very difficult to gather everything. Yes, if I could gather everything on the map, I could potentially meteor shower it down and spawn the angels, maybe. But I don't even know if there's going to be 191 monsters here. It's going to be way too hard to group them. Again, this is looking like it's over, but you want to know what? I'm just going to go next map just to see what we have. But I am not optimistic at all. So I don't know if this is the end or not, so I'm trying to drag something forward to guarantee that I can keep my stacks. Okay, I figure out it's not the end of the map. We're going to have to keep going and going and going. I just want to get off of this floor and see if we have any chance of clearing this. Because I did start with a big bogan festering, I just didn't manage my stacks very well. I wish I had far fewer stacks, or at least the 300 fireball buff left to help me clear out some map. Again, I'm trying to bring it close enough to the door so I can transition cleanly and keep my stacks. I eventually decide just to go for it. Blood rush forward, and we have zombies and grotesques and summoners. I say, alright, you want to know what? Maybe here we can get to 399 kills, because I can clear this, and then I think the only possible way that we're going to be able to clear this is if the next map is really, really juicy, and it's got to be good enough to where we could meteor shower and get, I don't know, 40% of the rift down. The chances of that happening are almost zero, but hey, you never know. So we've got summoners and mothers throwing up zombies for me. This is going to be very, very good because the build is based on area damage. The more monsters that are around me, the more damage that I deal. So I make it into a nice little pack right there, and here comes the poison cycle, proc my Crispin sentence, and then I blast Poison Nova as hard as I can. I apply my curses in between, and then I stun, and I blast them again. I'm just trying to work my way up close to 399 kills. So we'll just continue here for just a moment. This is going pretty well. You can see as the monsters start to thin out, I start to do less and less damage. So we're getting ready again. Here we go. 343 stacks. But we're getting to the point where there's so little density now that I'm going to have to move forward soon. So let's do one more hit. 349. Okay, maybe we can try one more. Same as always. Activate Crispin sentence, and then blast them down. 354. Alright, well, we need more density so I can kill these guys, and let's move forward here. And I have a conduit pylon. You can see my face. I'm just like, now I feel almost obligated to try to save this. But as I think about it to myself, again, I have 40% of the rift that I have to get, and I only have 144 kills to spare. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I pause and I think, well, the only chance is if next map is really good with like Transformers. That's super, super valuable and doesn't have a high mob count. That's my only chance. So I go next. And wouldn't you know it, it's Transformers. I can't even believe it. So now I go very, very deep into the tank. And I sit here for quite a long time trying to imagine a way that I can succeed in this rift. In chat, some of the people who were coming in were wondering if I was sick or if I was very upset that I failed a rift or weren't quite sure what I was doing here, but I took several minutes to try to imagine how I could clear this. And let me tell you what's going through my mind. So I have 144 kills that I need to get, and I need to get 40% progression. And there were 2 yellows at the end of the previous map. And I also have to keep in mind that the conduit is very, very strong. It starts to zap monsters instantly, and that's actually a bad thing for me. And my next map is Transformers, and it's a pretty decent tile. What I end up coming up with is I need to go to the end of this map and bring all the Transformers to the door. If I can accomplish that, I'm going to go previous map and grab the conduit, and I'm going to run to the end of the map as fast as I possibly can and trying not to kill any monsters. Because I need to make sure that the meteor shower triggers on the Transformer map, this map. But if I could make this happen, I would love to kill the 2 yellows at the door of the previous map because I'm going to need the progression. So one more time to summarize all of that, I'm going to go to the end of this map and bring it all forward. As I take a nap on my desk, I just trying so hard to think about a way to salvage this run for my bad stack management on the Bogan Festering. I'm going to go to the end of this map, I'm going to bring it all to the door here, and you're going to see I'm going to run out of time. I don't have enough time to do it, so I don't even get to accomplish that. I'm going to run previous and grab the conduit. I'm going to fly to the end of that map, and I'm going to see if I can kill those 2 yellows. If I can kill those 2 yellows and get the progression orbs without triggering the meteor shower, I think I have a slim chance to go next, kill enough monsters to spawn the angels, and maybe, with any luck, also be able to spawn the guardian with enough progress. So I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio here. I'll just leave the rest of my thoughts here, and I'll jump back in once we finally unpause and give it all a shot. All right, let's put this plan into action. Is it going to work? Probably not, but oh well. At least we gotta try. They give us a conduit. We made it this far. We said that we couldn't do it with anything except Transformers. They gave us Transformers. You want to know what? Let's give it a shot. So I run to the end of the map, and Transformers are not the easiest mob type to bring. I'm not really looking forward to trying to clear, or rather bring all this to the front door. And remember, I only have a few minutes to do this. I only have a few minutes to bring all this to the front door and go previous map, take the Condi, zap everything with the Condi, spawn the angels, spawn the meteor shower, finish the rift, and then I gotta kill the boss. So, running very low on time. And of course, these elites are wallers, making my job even harder. The slim percentage chance that we had to succeed in this rift is fading by the second. But I'm not going to give up till it's over. Let's see what we can do. And I should also mention, I had so many close calls other than this. I actually had a much better clear than this one, but unfortunately the angel spawned on Voracity, and Voracity spawns and he instantly farts and summons his poison cloud and one-shot all my angels. I'm thinking about uploading that run to YouTube as well if you guys would like to see that attempt. It was a pretty good one. So here are all the Transformers. They're sitting there praying, ready to transform into the Dark Thralls. I'll let them keep on praying and let them transform. I'm going to move back up here and try to drag all this stuff down. And I look over at my little bar and I'm really running out of time. I have to run next map. But I still have to bring these guys all the way down this hallway. Yikes. I mean, I have no idea how we could win here. But we're going to let the conduit decide who the victor is going to be today. So, trying to convince these guys to walk forward. The sad part about having a Templar is he has to be there and he draws aggro a lot of the time. You need him for the Unity ring that we're wearing for the half damage to stay alive. But other than that, he just kind of gets in my way and makes it harder for me to kite the monsters forward. So maybe one day if Necro survivability increases a bit, maybe we will be able to get rid of that and play without him, because the Oculus doesn't help too much because you have to Death Nova in the center anyway. So we're moving up, and I check the time, and we're out of time. So I'll do one more forward push, one more incentive for them to walk forward. Out of time, out of ideas, gonna go click the conduit and see what happens. So I stun them there before I blood rush forward. That's very important because I want them to stay at the door. I need to take this conduit and I need to fly forward. I don't want to kill any of these guys. 358, 361, 363, 364. I do not want to get to 400 here. So I'm purposely kind of throwing away my conduit, kind of hiding away in the corner, trying to entice the yellows to come forward. So I'll just hang out by the door, and luckily they're creeping over. I'm at 387 right now, and I special delivery throw both of the yellows to me with the golem. Amazing. And I gotta run to my little pack. Hope I don't trigger the meteor shower early. There it is. I'm running for my life. There's the countdown. 477. We're not at the Guardian yet. We don't have the Angels. I'm zapping them with the Conduit. 500, the Angels are up. We kill 2 elites, and Ember spawns. And I can't even believe it. I'm walking away from the boss trying to bait the meteor on me so it doesn't kill the Angels. It comes straight down on top of me. Perfect. Try to drag the little lunatics away. Bait the second meteor away. Can we finish him with just 2 Angels? I cannot believe it. We cleared the rift. Wow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Build guide is coming tomorrow.